Are you looking to expand your reach and following in all platforms of media? Do you need a jump start in expanding your brand to all markets across the world? SOFO is here for you. SOFO means something for everyone, and they are here to help you expand your business through all platforms of media. Their experienced team is here for you to expand your brand and put you and your business in places that you would have never been before. Check them out at www.sofoellc.com or call 407-607-9862. Follow SOFOELLC on Instagram and Twitter.
Looking for a great place to eat in the College Park area of Orlando? A place to go on special occasions like anniversaries, date nights, or just because moments? Well, Pepe Bistro is the hottest new place to go in Orlando. Pepe features flavors from the Mediterranean as well as Italy, with a full bar and wine menu. Check out their Saturday brunch and live local jazz on Thursday nights. Stop by the Pepe Bistro at 2611 Edgewater Drive at the corner of Edgewater and West Winter Park Street, or give them a call at 407-420-1144 to make reservations.
Are you looking for a fun experience on the water with your family? Bring them to the Orlando Water Sports Complex, located off Highway 528 near OIA. The Orlando Water Sports Complex provides an experience you won't soon forget, featuring cable wakeboarding, as well as the Super Air Nautique G23, the world's best wakeboarding and wake surfing boat for guests to enjoy. For more info, visit actionparks.com. That's AKTIONPARKS.com. And tell them Full Court Press sent you.
Parents, do your kids like to run around the house? Do your kids have a nonstop stream of energy? Well, Preschool Sports has a program to help you and your children be able to take that talent and energy and give them an outlet to grow those skills with their brand new track and field program. From ages 2 to 11, Preschool Sports will be able to teach them as individuals and as a team. To sign up or for more information, call 407-463-2061 or check them out at preschoolsportswithaz.com. Better hurry, season starts January 10th, 2016.
We are back for hour number 2 of Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC on Sports Talk 1080 The Team. I'm your host, Dane Thompson, checking tonight with my main man, Marc Johnson and Paul Myers of NBAFCPRadio.com. Normally in this segment, we talk about the Orlando Magic with our good friend Zach Oliver, but the Magic actually have a game tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers, which is ongoing right now. So Zach, he has so many different obligations, being the editor of Orlando Pinstripe Post, is covering the game tonight. So Zach, we do miss you. We'll catch you on the show next week, and keep those tweets following. So if you're Magic fans and you want to know what's going on in the game and you can't watch the show and you have your phone with you, check him out on Twitter at Zach Oliver NBA, or check him out on Orlando Pinstripe Post as well too. So we're going into hour number 2, and we talked a lot about the trade deadline and some things that didn't happen or things that passed over. For me, guys, who are your biggest disappointments on the trade deadline? What team disappointed you the most? Marc, go first.
It's Atlanta. You got 2 point guards, right? You like them both. Schroeder's younger. He's more the guy of the future. You could have gotten a lot of value for Jeff Teague, and they didn't get it done. I'm like, if you think Schroeder's that good, why not deal Teague, get some draft picks back, maybe get a young big man? I think that deal would have been possible, given Teague and where he's at in his game.
Okay, Marc, Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that was a good choice. Another team I'm looking at, we talked about them last week. I just think it's time for the Chicago Bulls to make a decision. They need to make a decision on what they're going to do. So for me, them staying pat, not doing anything.
Justin Holiday.
Them not doing anything, kind of bugged me. There's some other teams that I thought should have been more aggressive. I said earlier that I was okay with Toronto not making a move. I would have preferred if they would have dangled Terrence Ross and tried to get something along with maybe a draft pick. That could have turned into Markieff Morris. It could have turned into somebody. It could have been something. Houston not getting rid of Howard. Howard is gone over the summer anyway.
They tried. Nobody wanted Dwight Howard.
I don't know that they did because
nobody wanted him.
You could have given him away for something. You could have gotten something. If
the Rockets trade Dwight Howard for like 4 packs of now and laters,
I'm okay with it.
And some,
if they would have got one prospect out of it, and prospect I mean good, solid young player or pick. If they could have gotten any first round, Dan, you wouldn't have taken it. Any first round pick.
If you're a team in the first round, would you trade for Dwight Howard? Knowing that he's going to walk July 1.
Depends on who I am.
I don't know. They said, the Rockets were asking for a haul for Dwight Howard.
That's my problem.
The guy's a free agent.
That's my problem.
So they probably were asking for too much to begin with.
I mean, you're willing to give, Monte Eunice and Thornton, who's been a good player this year, you're willing to give them away for a pack of Bubblicious. So, I mean.
Joel Anthony.
Right. So I just don't really understand what they were doing. The Mavericks sitting still, I guess I get it because they
took the Paul Myers school of theory.
Yeah,
they're not going to go anywhere in the West, so why not do anything to blow up your team?
Yeah, I see. Me and Mark Cuban are on the same wavelength, but I still think they are a playoff team. So
yeah,
either you're going to try, either you need to try and improve, or you need to sell. It's one or the other.
For me, it's very simple. Paul said he didn't disagree. He said he didn't kind of on the fence with this one. For me, the biggest disappointment was the Toronto Raptors, and I'm going to tell you this reason why. Patrick Patterson and Luis Scola are your two power forwards. Both of them are the exact same player. The only difference is that Patterson is a little bit faster than Luis Scola. Now, mind you, both players cannot outrun a turtle, but they both have the same type of game. The Toronto Raptors are the only team in the Eastern Conference right now that can compete with the Cleveland Cavaliers from top to bottom. The only team. And what is the one thing they're missing? A power forward. You're right. Markieff Morris would have been a nice addition. Ryan Anderson's price tag might have been too high. They might have caught a break with J.J. Hickson being available and being cut by the Denver Nuggets and being let go. I mean, they're not going to bring back Bargnani. They didn't go get David Lee. They needed to go out and get a power forward. You're right. Terrence Ross would have been nice to dangle.
Trevor Booker was out there.
Booker was out there, but
they made him available.
But the thing is, you need a power forward to contend with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So for me, knowing DeMar DeRozan is a free agent this summer,
right?
I swing for the fences at Ryan Anderson. I would have swung for the fences. You only have one chance to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And giving up what, though?
I would have traded Ross. I would have traded a first-round pick. I would have traded something. I would have figured out a way to get in the minds, maybe even trade 2 first-round picks. Because here's the problem. DeMar DeRozan is going to command max money.
Yep.
Is Toronto going to give DeMar DeRozan max money?
They don't have a choice.
Okay, but otherwise, there are other teams in bigger markets that want their hands on DeRozan. The Los Angeles Lakers, the New York Knicks, the Washington Wizards, if they strike out on Kevin Durant.
Right.
The Chicago Bulls maybe. There are teams with cap space that can do this. The Orlando Magic, yes, I did say the Magic, even though you got Oladipo, and I'll explain that theory in just a second. There are teams with cap space that can make a run at DeRozan.
There are.
And Toronto, much as he loves Toronto, let's be honest, Toronto's Canada. Not too people travel outside of Canada. This is the first time Canada's had really experience of anything basketball-wise in a long time with the All-Star game. You swing for the fences. Atlanta didn't do it last year, and you saw what happened.
Right. They should have done it this year as well. I agree with Mark.
But the thing is, you won 62 games last year in Atlanta and didn't get anything in the playoffs. Top to bottom, starting 5 for 5, Cleveland, Toronto. If Toronto got a power forward, they almost trumped Cleveland in almost every position, almost. Lowry and Kyrie, I'm taking Lowry over Kyrie.
That's almost a wash for me. A healthy Kyrie, that's almost a wash.
Because Kyrie plays no defense.
Lowry, you're not guarding Mark, it. It doesn't matter how much defense Lowry plays.
Kyle Lowry can play defense on Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving cannot play defense on Kyle Lowry.
I think that one's about a wash.
Mark, what do you think? And Lowry is a Philly boy. Mark, what do you think of this one?
I would say overall it's a wash. I would say this year though,
right.
Kyle, Lowry's playing better.
And that's I think part of that is because Irving's coming back from an injury. He hasn't played a full complement of minutes the entire season. I think 100% versus 100%, it's a wash.
I worry about that with Kyrie.
That is the issue, though.
You look at the two guards. DeRozan way better over any combination they cast together.
The same thing with the three.
But the thing is,
for LeBron,
Carroll can guard LeBron.
Come on, man.
DeMar Carroll can guard LeBron.
He did a great job of that last year.
He got hurt.
He didn't do it he got smashed during the regular season.
But let's talk about when it counts. When the money's on the line.
Then I put my money on LeBron.
I would let Carroll guard LeBron James. I'm not going to say he's going to stop him.
No, you don't have a choice. Who else you going to put on him? But he's going to get smashed.
I don't think it's about as bad as you think it is. DeMar Carroll is the top.
LeBron's going to put up LeBron numbers. It doesn't matter who guards him.
The real problem is the power forward position because of the fact of Kevin Love is
significantly better than what they have in Toronto.
Now, if it was Ryan Anderson, at that position.
I mean, he's still better than Ryan Anderson.
But the thing is, though, on the defensive end,
and then the centers, I mean,
Valanciunas is way better than what Cleveland could put on the floor at all. It doesn't matter if it's Thompson. It doesn't matter if it's Mozgov.
If you put Mozgov on, because it would make more sense to put Mozgov on him.
Valanciunas would eat him alive.
No, he wouldn't.
He would.
It becomes far less of an advantage for Toronto.
No. Valanciunas is way better than Mozgov could ever be.
I think you give him Valanciunas
not really, because here's the thing. They don't use Mozgov, nor do they know how to play with Mozgov.
Exactly. So he, hands down, blown away.
Yeah, but they don't use Valanciunas like they should either.
But they use Valanciunas a lot better than they use Mozgov. Am I wrong?
No, I said they have an advantage at center. They do.
But the thing is, if Ryan Anderson
also, I'll give you maybe starting 5 Toronto, maybe a little better. The bench isn't close.
I like Corey Joseph.
The bench isn't close.
Let's look at the benches then.
Come on, man.
Look at Cleveland's bench.
Does he play and make an impact?
Yeah.
Joseph?
Yeah, Corey Joseph does play.
I told y'all before the season that pickup was pointless.
Look at the numbers Corey Joseph's put up this year.
We're about to.
Okay, Paul's going to that, but look at the rest of the bench. You have Joseph, you have Terrence Ross. You have actually Biyombo, who's actually been playing like an actual real basketball player since he left Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Hey. Yeah. Sometimes it's best to leave home. But he actually becomes a better rebounder and a better defender. He brings a presence off the bench. Look at Cleveland's bench now. I mean, you're looking at Shumpert, who's sometimey. You have Tristan Thompson, who is very solid, but Tristan Thompson plays starters minutes, but you get the point. Thompson's solid. And then after that, it's Mo Williams, who doesn't get off the bench, who's buried. Deladova, James Jones, Channing Frye. Channing Frye couldn't get off the bench in Orlando. Do you really think he's going to see significant?
He fits better in Cleveland.
To do what?
Because he can shoot.
Because he can shoot.
Yeah, look at the shooting numbers in Orlando. Magic fans will be the first one to tell you Channing Frye is not exactly the best shooter you're going to find. Career-wise, he's accurate, but look at this year.
I think you're selling him a little short.
Yeah, ask every Magic fan down here.
I'm here. What are you talking about?
Well, look, let the callers tell the same story.
That's fine. They can call in and cry me a river. He didn't fit here.
I mean, his job was to hit threes, and he couldn't do that very consistently. That's what it was.
Corey Joseph is averaging a whopping 9 points and 3 assists. He's just blowing us away, Dan. Those are amazing numbers, by the way.
Mind you,
9 points a game, 3 assists. You know what?
How many minutes?
You're correct.
How many minutes?
Corey Joseph is amazing.
How many minutes is he playing a game?
25.
He's also the third guard behind DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. There's 2 All-Stars there.
He's essentially their 6th man.
And he's actually playing very good basketball. Terrence Ross is their 6th man.
Terrence Ross is not doing much better,
Terrence Ross gives you.
Listen, Marc, there's a team every year that Dan rides that stinks. All right, matter of fact, I won't say this stinks. All right, he rides a team every year that is not. Okay, I have to steal a football line here. We are who they thought they were. Okay, the Hawks last year. I told you
who
they were. I told you, Dan Thompson, I told you who they were, and were they not who we thought they were?
You know what, though? But here's the thing. The Hawks were assisted by Matthew Dellavedova injuring half their players in the conference finals. And speaking of assists.
Dan can't be wrong, man. There's excuses built in everywhere.
Speaking of assists.
I got a poem about excuses for you. I'll tell you later.
Speaking of assists, I want to give a shout out to our good friends at Elbow Arrangements over at Winter Park at 480 Orlando Avenue North. In Winter Park. The entire staff out there, Karen and her staff, gave me a great assist over the Valentine's Day holiday, and they will also take care of your needs as well, too. So give them a call, 407-644-0129. I mean, let's say they took care of us. Tell that Full Court Press sent you, but they are an outstanding, amazing staff, and trust me, they got me at the best point in time where I actually needed it on Valentine's Day. So with Easter coming up, Mother's Day coming up, or any type of special occasion coming up, please give Elbow Arrangements at store number 394 Winter Park a phone call and tell them Full Court Press sent you. As we go to break here on Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC on Sports Talk 1080 The Team, more of Marc and Paul ribbing me about my predictions, as well as we'll talk a little Orlando Magic, and we also want everybody else to call in. PJ, what's the number to call in for the show tonight?
We got 407. I don't have the number right in front of me.
Jeez.
Oh, PJ.
You know how many people call?
Well, we're going to get some people to call in. So, like I said,
we do have a caller on the line, though.
We do have a caller on the line right now. So, We'll take the caller when we get back from break.
How do you not have the number? See, y'all don't understand. I'm in here during breaks ready to choke Dan Thompson. I'm telling you guys.
For those who are on Sports Talk Florida right now, please check us out because you can see Paul's expression as I miss some of this stuff here. That's why a lot of times, it's good to be on live radio and also check us out. But the phone number is 407-482-3776 to give us a call here on the show tonight. So after